Welcome back to the morning show on XO7 TV. It's time for This Week in Real Estate with Mr. Bob Zadora. How are you, sir?
I'm well.
Good. Busy week?
It has been. Running around talking to people and doing interviews for listings and things, and it's just been kind of a go thing. Talked to a guy and we're talking. He sent an email out like at 8 o'clock at night, and Linda responded at like 8:02. And he says he had like a score sheet of things that he was keeping track of, and then when that came up, he says, she said, "Yeah, and you notice when I respond, oh yeah, that's real high on my list up here." And to be out there, and to be going out over the weekend, that's people. They're kind of surprised that you do that.
Quick response.
Quick response, and that's what we do.
Yeah. Oh, I'll get to it tomorrow.
Well, there's people that don't answer their phone.
I'll get to that first thing in the morning.
There's people that don't answer their phone on the weekend. That's not us. That's not who we are. That's not what we do. It's been kind of another interesting thing happened over the past week. Talked to roundabout story is the gentleman, a realtor went out on a listing appointment, and the gentleman had stats, my stuff, and that he kept every week and wrote them down. And so he knew like where the market should be and in general, because this isn't a direct thing, but he says, "Oh yeah, I listen to Bob Zadora all the time on TV, radio, all the other things that we're on. And folks, here's how this works." I'm just going to pitch. I never pitch. I pay to be here. I love Scooter. I love Bob. They're the only ones who get paid to be here. I pay to be here. All our advertising, all the things that we do, whether it's football, the girls' volleyball, all the other things that we're involved in, that's a result of you calling us coming out and listing your home, helping you to sell your home, and taking, at the end of the day, what is my small part of that, and being able to reinvest it in the community and reinvest it in things to help, as we see it, make the community better. That's what we try to do. But you got to call. That's, I don't put that call to action out very often, but this is the time to do it. The market's tightening up a little bit. I've been doing this show. We've been here, 3 years or so? Probably.
3 or 4.
About 3, 4?
Yeah, probably 4.
Yeah. And, I've been on radio for 15, so I am the voice of real estate, as I've been told, in the area here, in the Ozarks, and within the reach up here of the radio stations and the TV. And here you get YouTube and Facebook and everything else. So we get around, but we pay for this. I do it as a service, and it's not, we pitch this, there's commercials on us because that's what advertising is supposed to be. But give us a call. Call my honey. I love the girl. You'll love her too. Call her, 870-405-0793. Check out the website. She built all of that, retiredtoarkansas.net. Send her an email, Hello Z Team. You can text her. She's available in a variety of ways. But that's, my pitch, and I'll come back to it later.
Soapbox Sally.
Well, I don't think people realize that.
No. A lot of people think that you're put here by the North Central Board of Realtors. You are not.
Yeah,
you're here
no.
on your own dime.
Yeah. And it's not all Bob all the time. We're talking about how the market's doing. We talk about interest rates. We talk about home inspections. We talk about things that you need to do to your home to make it more saleable. Things to help you as a buyer. That's really what this show has always been about, and what we like to keep going with it. It's kind of funny when people say, "Oh, I listen to you all the time." I listened with Joe Glutz, but I listen to you all the time. And you help me make good decisions, and that's what we want to do. We want to help people make good decisions. But ideally with us on the other side of the table.
Yeah.
So,
It's funny you mentioned the reach of the broadcasts that you do, both here and on radio, and it's really funny because we have our reach is broad.
Oh, yeah.
We get a lot of reach, not only in just our local viewing area, but over the years we've gained people that watch down southern Arkansas, southern Missouri, Illinois, across the nation.
Oh, yeah.
And there is a mortgage banker that lives down Hot Springs Village that watches this show every Friday. I can't get him to watch any other day, but he'll watch every Friday because he's just amazed.
do you blame him?
No. He's just amazed at the numbers and how the real estate is going here compared to the rest of the state, let alone the rest of the region.
Yeah. Yeah, we're an outlier compared to other things up here. I mean, people want to come here. They come here for a variety. I think it's because we have there's more reasons to want to come here. Mm-hmm. There's more reasons to come to the Ozarks, come specifically to our little section of the Ozarks. And that makes a big difference for people. It gives them a lot of choices. Cheap property taxes, driver's licenses, all those kind of things. Less expensive houses are one thing. But the quality of life issues that we have here.
3 rivers, 2 lakes.
Exactly.
2 beautiful golf courses.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things here, so many things that people go, oh, wait, I can do that there. The bike trails that are going in. Bull Shoals has got a huge bike program going on right now. We should get around. But there's a huge program up there for bicycles and for, outside activities and things like that. Obviously, the lake is in Bull Shoals also. Like you say, 3 rivers, 2 lakes. The Chamber ran with that for a tagline for a long time because that was the draw for everybody.
We've got a first-class hospital here. We've
Yes,
got medical
sir.
facilities.
Yes,
We've got
sir.
emergency care. We've got a great fire department, police departments, not only the city of Mountain Home, but all the volunteer departments that are around.
Sure.
Go any other rural area in the state and see what your ISO rating is with your volunteer fire department.
Yep.
Chances are it's a 9.
Yeah.
You may be lucky enough to get an 8. A lot of ours here are 5 or below,
Exactly.
which
Bob.
is a big difference.
Sure, and that tags into the quality of life, and because people turn out when there's something that needs to be done. FEMA came to help with the tornado victims and the flood victims and stuff, but the people turned out first. The people turned out to help and make sure that people were okay. What assistance can I give? And that's what they do here. That's what we have as a community that other places may not. They may be watching it on TV, they're on Facebook with it, but they're in their living room. Here they get out of the living room, get in the pickup truck, and drive
Grab
down.
a chainsaw and take a road.
Exactly. See
Yeah.
what we can do here to help out. And we see that all the time. We all see that all the time. And it's a big reason why people come here. So that's why the real estate is the way it is. And people, they're on Facebook and other places. Before they come here, they got a pretty good idea of what it is they're getting into, when they come. And so a lot of times our time is spent taking them to places, not necessarily showing them houses, but taking them to the hospital, taking them to the library, take them to the ASU, take them to the dams.
Take them
Show
to city parks.
the parks here. I mean, there's so much going on, and you go by and you say, that's going to be a great big rec center up there on that bluff up there, behind Sycamore Springs. Those are the kind of things. And I tell them, you can get anything here that you can get where you're from, you can get here. You may not have 30 choices of ranch dressing, but there's enough choices that you're going to get by.
Yeah.
You're going
to get ranch dressing.
Well, I use that as an example, but you go in, if you go into Jewel, which is a big chain up in, you go in there and they got, aisle full of dressings. May not have quite that much here. Do you really? If it's that big of a demand,
you want anyway.
You can find that there's this thing called the internet. It's worked out pretty well, which is another thing that we have, the high-speed internet. So there's a lot going on for us being here, a lot going on.
You compare what happened in Baxter County with the tornadoes, and it's still devastating down Briarcliff and Salesville in that area. And you look at all the things that have happened to help rebuild. And then you look at some things that maybe happen up where you're from in the Chicago area. Instead of people running to give assistance, you got people running out with TVs.
That can be a case. Yes, it can. Yes,
Yeah.
it can. And that's what they're getting away from.
And that's the
what they
big
don't want.
difference. You know,
Sure.
you've always mentioned the quality of life. The quality of life here is way different. It's a slower pace. We welcome anybody that wants to come.
Yeah.
Come on. Just don't try to change us.
That's the big thing. You know, you came here for a reason. We'd like to kind of keep it that way. You know, if you want it to be like it was where you left from, then
Don't
I
leave where you
don't
leave
understand the travel and what you go through. But there's a lot of people that we've helped come here, and they're so happy to be here, and they're so active now in the community, people that are involved, and that's really a great thing.
Are you going to the Clark Ridge Fire Department?
I will be there
pancake
tomorrow
breakfast?
morning. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm a big fan of the Clark Ridge. I know a lot of people up there, and we do business up there, but I know a lot of people up there. I know a lot of firemen that are up there
Mm-hmm.
and other emergency personnel that are up there, and that's, you know, that's a big part of it, to be able to help the local things that are going on, be able to, they call me and can you give us a hand with this? So I brought it here, and I brought it over to Scott, and I brought it over to Kim, and to help promote local things, and that's got a lot to do with it. So it's $8, and if you give them a 10 and you forget to take your change, it's going for a great cause. You know, that's really the way you got to look at it.
We better look at your numbers.
Yes, sir. We can do that. This week in real estate.
Maybe.
Oh, no, I actually got it this week. I
Hey.
made sure. I don't know what happened last week. This week in real estate, there were 55 new listings came on the market, 6 commercial properties, 11 parcels of land, 38 homes came on the market. They range from $25,000 to $1.4 million. There were 4 houses came on the market this week, over $1 million.
Wow.
5 of the 38 homes are taking backups. None of the $1 million ones are. There were 32 sales, 1 commercial property, 8 parcels of land, 23 homes sold. They range in price from $22,000 to $850,000. Average sale price this week was $237,000. The average listed price when they came on was $241,000. So there's some negotiation going on now that we weren't seeing before. 95 days on market. $5.4 million in residential real estate closed this past week. 11 properties expired. There were 28 residential price changes, and there's 42 residentials pending, waiting to close. Currently, there's 323 homes listed on the MLS that you can walk in and buy. Year to date, for this year, there's been 583 homes have sold for $140 million. The average sale price was $241,000 with 94 days on market. Last year, there had been 586 homes that sold. The average sale price last year was $224,000 with 90 days on market. So numbers are about the number of sales is about the same. Prices are a little higher, and it's been kind of, the inflation has affected that in some ways. And the number of bigger
I was
homes,
just going to say the number of $1 million homes.
$1 million homes, and homes in the 8s and the 9s also. I mean, those all add up pretty quick when you're going there
Yeah.
with 583 sales.
Yeah, so don't be confused when it says the average is 240-something thousand. Don't let that scare you off. It's been screwed a little bit by
A little bit.
some
It
big
is.
numbers.
Yeah, it's skewed a little bit, but it's still, we're in better shape than other markets. People are still coming here. They're getting more for their places, when they can sell them. Cash buyers are coming in. That's been a big part of the market going forward, where they'll come in and get it done. But that's not all of the market. Everybody's waiting for this guy from California with the shopping bag full of dead presidents that's coming here, and he's going to give you more than your house is worth. Even if it's a cash deal, if it's a mortgage, obviously they're going to get it appraised, and that's the final arbiter of how much your house is worth. We'll sit down with people. We'll tell them the market says you should be in this range here. Okay, fine. I want this. We may list it at that. We'll discuss it, try to explain how this works. But what's going to happen is, even if you get someone who comes in and says, yeah, okay, fine, we'll offer you this much. And even if it's not listed price, we'll offer you this much. Appraiser comes in and says, well, it's only worth this, $10,000 less, for example, because you were never going to get that number that you said you wanted. Generally, we're going to be pretty close to what the appraiser says. A buyer isn't going to pay more than the appraiser says it's worth. We had 2 deals that blew up because the appraisal wasn't there, and the guy adamant, I want this much money. You're not going to get that much money. So you need to be realistic with this stuff, and there's agents that'll take any listing at any price, and that's not good for them. It's not good for the market either, but that's a whole nother issue.
How do they get you?
Again, give my honey a call. She's at 870-405-0793. Give her a call. This is what we do. We help people buy and sell houses all day, every day. We never close. But give her a call, 870-405-0793.
You've been watching This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zadora. Century 21 Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora. 870-405-0793 is their number. Retiredtoarkansas.net is their website. Go there, click on MLS listings, see what's available, then give them a call. 870-405-0793. We'll be back in just a little bit with Friday Sports.